Hey guys, Tanner Larson here, and today let's talk a little bit about your niche. Could be niche or whatever. I just like niche. I think niche sounds too nouveau riche, and I don't really like that. So it's going to be the niche for me. All right, so your niche, your market. And I want to talk to you about going deep, not wide. And this is a common misconception that a lot of people have because they look at major retail as kind of a goal or an angle to go for. And the bigger the market, the harder it is for you to grow an e-com business. And I don't mean the larger the size of the customer base. I'm talking about the larger the category of the market you're trying to serve. So, let's think about this. You're not Amazon. You're not Walmart. On a niche retailer level, you're not even Cabela's or REI, or Bass Pro Shops, which are fairly niched down category-specific retailers. Unless you have a massive marketing budget of, we're talking millions and millions of dollars and the capital for hundreds or thousands of SKUs worth of inventory, all right, you're not going to be able to compete. How can you compete with Cabela's or with Amazon or any of these other ones who have massive budgets there? Some of them are funded, they've got deep pockets, and they can afford to have, thousands of products worth of inventory on each different SKU that they sell, all right? You just can't do it. The wider you go in your market, the wider the market you choose to serve, the larger the quantity of products you're going to need to be able to meet the demand of your market. Okay, so the wider you go, the more products you need, and that's the more individual SKUs, and each one of those SKUs needs to have its own inventory so that you don't run out of stock. That can get very, very expensive very, very quickly. All right, now large retailers like this, they sell commoditized products, right? They sell, go to Walmart, they have everything. You know when you walk in there, they're going to have what you need, but they only compete on price. All right, that's 99% of the way these retailers compete is on price. You go to Best Buy, they're competing on price with other things. There's very little additional value besides how cheap is it going to be for me. All right, so you don't want to be like that. If you have to have a wide category of products like that, you're going to have the same problem, okay? Now, the other reason is these big retailers, they have economies of scale, okay? They're buying units at such a large quantity and that they're getting massive volume discounts that you're never going to get. So even if you could compete with them on product, you could never compete with them on price. They could always underprice you and still win, all right? Again, if you go wide with your market, how do you find them? How do you target them? Who is your market? If you go real wide within the fitness market, it's like, who is your market? People who like fitness, people who like health, people who want to be healthy. How do you target that? That's not specific. That you can't get laser targeted and laser focused on who your customer avatar is and who your exact ideal buyer is. You're not going to be able to build a business. If you have a limited amount of money, a limited budget, then the best thing you can do to get maximum ROI is to niche down and laser focus in on a very specific subsegment of the marketplace. All right, now niche e-tailers, when you niche down and get very specific, now it's easier to build customer loyalty, build brand awareness, and get that longevity out of your product because it's easier to stay top of mind when you have a specific focus and your customers actually want to belong to something like that. You can have an identity that people can get involved with, okay? Now, a great example of that is beard brands, okay? Or Dollar Beard Club. You've seen all these different ones for the beards, right? They don't have 500 products. They categorically specifically work on one very, very specific niche. Now, the important thing is to make sure that niche is big enough, okay? But people are rabid fans of these brands because they niche down and get very specific. They don't need 500 or 1,000 product SKUs in order to serve their market. They need 3 to 5, maybe, and when they're fully expanded, maybe as many as 20. All right, so it's not a crazy, crazy need. The other thing is you can go too small, all right? It is possible to niche down too small, all right? So if the idea is to niche down to find a very defined, hungry, and still sizable market to sell to. However, if you try to niche down too much, you could niche yourself right out of a market. Like if you decided you were going to sell Siamese pattern socks for men, you might have just niched yourself right out of the market. Or if you decided you were going to go after the underwater basket weaving market, right? It's too small. But a market like the beard brands, right? Or deer hunting, or fishing, or fly fishing, or mountain biking, or downhill biking. Those are all more category specific niches that get very focused, and you speak to one specific subset of the audience, and you don't need a huge array of products in order to serve them and still sell a ton. All right, guys, so with that, think about your niche, your market, your brand, is it specific enough? Is it niched down enough that you can actually thrive and focus your budget on core products and core offerings and lasering in on your target? Or are you too broad? If you're too broad, work on narrowing it down. If you're too narrow, open it up a little bit. All right? Talk to you later. Today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about Facebook ads and using them to drive traffic to your store. Over the last week, we've doubled sales every single day. And this morning, about 7:30 this morning, we already were over $1,000 profit for the day.